Hey, get the money, honey. Hey, that's how you start. We're live
Right,
on Facebook.
right.
Hey,
She starting
hey,
low, trying to
She
build
said,
it
get
up.
the
Like,
money, honey. I said, come on
get the
here.
money, honey. Get the money, honey.
hey,
Hey, hey.
hey.
We
Get the
should. We
money,
need to get
honey.
a.
Get
We
the
need to get
money,
that.
honey. Get the money,
Yes.
honey.
We need
Get
some
the money,
background
honey. Hey,
background
everyone. We
dancers.
out here. We had a little bit of technical difficult. Well, let me tell y'all.
Tell the truth,
I
sugar.
had the technical difficulty as always. I am. You know what? If you're not doing it on your phone, for me, it's easier. It's easier for me doing it on phone. I'm trying to master how to do it on my laptop, and every time it doesn't work. But I want to welcome you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I am so excited. I have with me Mr. Nolen Davis in the house. And
Boom.
then I have the most beautiful woman in the world, Miss Adrienne Ebel.
AB.
Yeah. So then we have, that if you were with us last 2 weeks ago, where I introduced Mr. Nolen Davis. He is a global marketing strategist. He's also an author. He is a Guinness World Book Record holder. He is also the founder of Up Social Network, and he has a plethora of other businesses that he does. And again, for Miss Adrienne Ebel, who is the master business strategist.
Absolutely.
She works on my stuff, and I give her a hard time. And she's still really, really good. She's good with people. So she's a master business strategist. She also is an author, and honey, she's also famous. She's going to be famous. So she has a collection of writers where they tell their stories to help people heal and who have overcome different types of trauma. So that is really phenomenal. And she can tell you a little bit more about that. I am Christina L. Turner, the Kingmaker. And I'm excited. I am an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur. I have different businesses and different types of industries. One is a finance industry. Another one is I am a luxury event planner and designer. I've been in business for over 26 years. I write programs for nonprofits, for states and individuals, and also I have a t-shirt line. We just formulated some cosmetics for skincare that I'm going to be launching soon. So we get ready to go into our testing phase. So I want to tell you that I am very appreciative that you are here and that you're coming and you're going to get some knowledge and some understanding on business. And I'm specifically going to be speaking about business credit and why you're not getting it and how to leverage some of that business credit. And I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to hand it over to Nolen so that Nolen, you can go ahead and tell people a little bit more about what it is that you do. And we're going to kind of interject on one of the questions we were speaking about before we got on was, in regard to marketing, because you are a marketing strategist. You're really, really good with marketing. You're really good at connecting people and networking. You're just exceptional at that. How does that work with this particular situation with us being where we are from a global, even from a global standpoint, from, right here in your own backyard within the 10-mile radius is where you are? Because normally when you're starting a business, people will tell you to focus on a 10-mile radius first and then kind of launch out. But how do we do that now as far as balancing our marketing when we are, especially when you're new or you're in your first year, your first 3 years, or even now, because as we have stated in our last conversation that we had 2 weeks ago, that the playing field has been, level, and everybody is kind of almost like everybody's a brand new entrepreneur. We have to do things different. There has to be different types of strategies and stuff like that. So
first and foremost, I want to say thank you for having me on again. I love both of you ladies, pretty much like family. And I want people to really understand the magnitude of the information that you guys are about to get. It's not just the information that you're about to get is going to be great information that you can utilize and implement, maybe even do some research to get a fuller understanding. It's also a situation of having the ability to contact these ladies and get some tutelage because these ladies that is on the call with me truly want you to succeed. It's not necessarily just about, there's a difference, right? And so the reason I bring that up is because that is exactly how I'm going to answer your question, okay? So when your reputation precedes you from a standpoint of people know how you work, that 10-mile radius, that you speak of is great. How do we utilize that 10-mile radius? One of the things that we do is we have an opportunity to have a personal relationship with someone that can now give us a testimonial that's digitally can be blasted out to everybody. Testimonials improve your conversion rate by 39%. Now, when everybody's trying to figure out how to get more leads, what if you just had the leads that you already had, you added a 39% closing ratio on that? Now, why is testimonials such a big thing? Testimonials are so big because we live in a star society. Think about it. Anything and everything that you're purchasing, even if you've purchased it before, when you purchase it on Amazon or you're getting it online, you're looking at the reviews. If you love it, you're in a situation to where after you love it, if you see that you're purchasing the same product and it only has 3 stars, you stop to see why are people only giving it 3 stars. Is it an imitation? Is it the same? Is it given the consistency that you're used to, right? That you're acclimated to. So testimonials from a standpoint of still building the brand, showing the consistency of what you deliver, and literally telling the story through the mouths of a third party is what you can use your 10-mile radius for, to use that as a seed to blow it up and grow it organically across lines.
that's interesting that you're speaking about testimonials, because one of the things that I was thinking was I'm horrible when it comes to social media unless there's something that I have to do. That is my marketing is my weakest link. Which is why, now I definitely need to have someone to hire someone to do that, because I don't have the time to do it. And when you talk about testimonials, one of the other things that I've had some just throughout the years is people leaving feedback in regard to when you provide services. And so one of the things, I help people all the time, even if and I know Adrienne hates when I say this, but I will use this term, I have donated services to people. And one of the exchanges that I have said was, leave me a feedback, go on my Google, you could Google on there and you can leave feedback for me on Google, or you can leave feedback for me on my Facebook, because I'm on Facebook a lot. And that's where you can leave all your reviews and things like that. And it's how do you, when you are a service-based business, because we can always, it's so easy to sell a pair of sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Adrienne got some sharp glasses on tonight. And so I'm like, where you get those from? It's easy to do that. But when you have a service-based business where people cannot see the evidence of your service, like a nail tech or a hairstylist, people be like, oh, how do you get your people, your clients? And I'm sure I'm not even the only one, because all the years I've been in business, I have poquito reviews. People don't leave reviews and they be so happy. And it's like, Okay. And then they're repeat customers and they don't leave. How do you get them to leave a review for specifically if you're a service-based business, so that it can bring also credibility to what it is you do? Because sometimes people don't know how great you are because people don't say how great you are.
It's true.
Absolutely. And I agree. I'm thinking you directed that still toward me. Is that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So no, I just didn't want to take AB's time, right? So here's the thing. You do it on purpose, right? So people always feel like, because I own a video production company, they feel as if video has to be big production. When we live in the realm of live video, we're streaming this live right now. Right. If you do it the right way, you can do it almost behind the scenes, in the moment, as setting the stage. Your brand is literally telling your story. So when you do something that's really hot, somebody's right in the moment, you have to have testimonials at the top of your dome thinking about it right away. So when somebody's like, oh my God, I love it, have your phone ready. Would you mind just giving me a testimonial right here, right now?
That's right.
When people are giving you those accolades, you need to say, I need to have X amount of testimonials, and you need to have your testimonials according to your demographic, right? So if you're looking for, so for example, I'll give a big shout out to my guy, Reggie. Reggie has all types of kids that he trains. He's an ex-NFL player, right? He has some people that's going to the NFL right now. Then he has little kids. So the dudes that are in college that's getting ready to go to the NFL, he needs to have testimonials for those people. For the kids that are looking for scouts to look at them so they can go to college, he needs to have testimonials for those people. For the ones the kids that are playing Little League, he needs to show who his full audience is so they can relate to it, right? So either they want to be that, or they see themselves in that story and say, that can help me get to that next level. It's really about positioning and having it at the top of your mind set. And the last thing I'm going to say about testimonials is that testimonials, you can work on purpose and organically. So when you put a testimonial up like, hey, I just love to make people happy. This is my purpose. This is what I love to do. And look at these happy clients. But on the flip side of that, when you're calling on somebody and you're starting to plant that seed and you get past the gatekeeper and you're emailing back and forth, here, let me show you what my people say about me, my customers, my patients, my clients, my donors, my volunteer, whatever it is, let me show you what they say about me so you can start edging them that way. So that's what I would.
So Adrienne, on piggybacking on what Nolen is saying about testimonials, we also know, like, for instance, we do proposals. You know, we write up proposals for some of our clients. And one of the things that we do is we put like the feedback on those clients. Now, I have client letters and people, you know, I'll take little segments out and then add them to my proposal, whatever. And, you know, people can validate those clients that I have worked with before. Is that also as important? So let's say, for instance, publicly, because it could be too, and I know for me, because I have clients that are not public. They do private, very exclusive, very high-end type of clients. So they're not going to be on my, they're not going to be on Google or on Facebook. A lot of them don't even have Facebook accounts, you know. So what would you say to that, piggybacking off of Nolen, about testimonials when you're trying to present your work and you're trying to gain more business?
So for me, and again, thank you, Christina, for having me on tonight. Also, I feel like the testimonial, I know for me and my business, that is how I book clients. It's not the pitch. It's not my personality, which is dope. Okay.
It is dope.
Is my testimonials, because, and I have clients who do videos and they write their feedback, because I think we need to do a better job of, just like we can ask for their money, we can ask for their testimonial. So if they're not comfortable doing a video, or comfortable doing, if they're not comfortable doing a video, then just say, hey, can you ask them, what did you think about the service? Oh my God, Christina, you were amazing. Okay, great. Can I put that on my website? Can I use your picture? Don't leave it up to the client, because that's not important to them technically. Now they'll write a review for if you messed up, but they won't write a review all the time if you did something right. So that even as a personal core value of mine, when I go to a restaurant, I always ask for the manager, because I always give the server a kudos, because if they, and you can see them when they walk to the table, they like, oh, here we go. Let's see how much she want off her bill, right? And I say, you know, Mr. So-and-so, thank you so much. My server was amazing, da, da, da. And they're like, wow. But so you will have clients that will take the initiative, right? But then you have to be the one. It's not up to the client. It's up to you to get the feedback. What was your experience with me from scale to 1 to 10? Would you tell anybody not to work with me? What are my weaknesses that I can do better as a business owner? That is our responsibility as entrepreneurs to get that information. It is not up to the client, but you can ask the client the questions, and you take the initiative to put it on your own website.
Right. I agree with that. One of the things I like to do is, like, say for instance, and I've done this with brides, because, you know, there's so much going on that day that they get married, and then, you know, they whisk off to to their honeymoon. And one of the closing things that I love giving gifts. I am a giver. I just found something that I want to do for my upcoming new clients for the next few years. Have some curated gift for them for allowing me to make something beautiful and stunning. But I also want to leave an impression, because one of the things that our signatures on whatever it is that we do is so important. And it's also another way of branding, because even if I can't, I do a follow-up. So let's say that, you know, my bride, and she's gone on her honeymoon for a couple of weeks. I call and check up on them. You know, I do one of those things, like, I'm just calling to see how you guys doing. Do you need anything? How was the honeymoon? Did you hear from the photographer? Did they give you a date? You know, I do like a follow-up call. I do that with my private events as well. Is there anything else? Did the vendors leave anything behind? What were your expectations fulfilled? And just to build a relationship, because we get so focused, we get so money focused that we're just here. We don't want to be on automation when we're providing whatever type of services. If you're providing a financial service, you're doing people's taxes. I don't just send information. I have tax clients and my business finance clients who literally call me, like, I may have been done with their service, but they still call me for advice. You know, I don't be like, oh girl, you got to hire me again for that. But if it's some, like, a few little nuggets, I'm not talking about something like a big project, but it was like, oh, I'm thinking about doing this, whatever. What do I need to do? You know, can you give me a couple of points? I am always available, especially if I've already provided a service. Absolutely. And I think that's a way of keeping your clients, and we can, like, wrap that around with testimonials. You know what I'm saying? All that, it kind of all blends in together.
And Christina, can I interject? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to also add into that testimonial piece is and follow up is excellent. And then also look for the next sale. What is the next sale? What is another stream or service that you offer that you say, for example, the married couple, okay, they're probably going to have a baby soon. So just say, hey, I do gender reveals. I do, if you have any friends that are getting married, I do proposals, things of that nature. When you're following up, ask your client. They'll say, oh, I do know someone who's getting married. I do know. That is the role. I know so many entrepreneurs who don't like to sell. I'm like, ma'am, you're in business. You got to sell. Well, I put it on my website. Ma'am, nobody has seen your website. Like, how about you don't have a website? It's a Cash App, and no shade. Get it how you get the money, honey. Okay?
Get the money.
Get it, honey. But At some point, you're gonna need a website so that people, because the website is just about credibility, right? They just want to know, are you at least legit? Right.
Yep.
But now we know a lot of people with websites that aren't legit. But here's the point that I'm making. When you go to follow up with that client, when you get the testimonial, look for the upsell, because that upsell, that other service, that because they probably don't even know what all that you do. And like you said, Christina, we get so focused on making the sale that we forget that we offer other services, right? But then what we do is when the client comes in and they want one service, they get sticker shock because we don't sold them everything, tax, a payroll. Ma'am, first of all, you don't even do payroll. So why is this in this wedding package? Okay. But we're just glad to have a client and we sell them anything. Right. So you got to know, I'm just saying, you got to know what you're selling and who you're selling and selling at the right time. But that follow-up moment, that testimonial moment, that's the moment for the upsell, because you never, and then I do referral bonuses. My clients love sending me referrals, honey, because I pay well. Okay. And so, because I need them to know that I value that they sent somebody to my business. They could have sent them to anyone. So referrals, testimonials, and the upsell, that's all encompassing. That's a form of marketing. I think that's another thing with entrepreneurs, Christina, is that people don't know what marketing is. They think it's posting on social media or doing a little dumb video where you're like, oh my God, buy my phone, right? No, it's all of that. Testimonials, referrals, all of that. It's all marketing, branding, drip campaigns. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, what is a drip campaign? A lot of people don't know what that is. What is that, Nolen?
So a drip campaign is really, if you look at statistics say that your customer is going to buy after 7 to 12 touches. So what does that mean? How do you touch that customer? And the most open vehicle on the internet is your email. People open up email more than they open up anything else. Now, it's all about if you literally have somebody, to piggyback after Adrienne, if you already have someone that's a customer, to resell that customer is much easier than to look for a brand new customer. So if they love the service, you get the testimonial. Each person, all of your services kind of connect in some way, shape, or form in what AB was saying. So from the congratulations email saying, well, hopefully your day was perfect, you are now Mrs. Davis, whatever the case may be. Now your drip campaign shortly thereafter can be about, the gender parties, right? And then, if you do a drip campaign as long as 3 years, you can follow up with divorce parties. You know what I mean? No, I'm just playing. So I knew AB face was going to look like, oh my God.
No, yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm just messing. But all of it goes together. So when you have something, a lot of times, even as coaches, so many people want to be a business coach, right? You should have an introductory offer to give them something. And when you give them that, think about when we truly get educated. Anytime we truly get educated, when you get your BA, when you say, oh man, I aced the BA, when you go to get your master's, they show you all this stuff that you didn't know, right? Literally, education is really finding out more that you don't know, right? So from a coaching standpoint, give them the entry level and step them up every step of the way. So, but the best way to do that, to really harness your brand and really get people to spit fire about you from a coaching standpoint and those types of things, to go back to what AB said, don't sell them everything too fast. Get them up to one level. Make sure that they love that, and then say, well, I can now get you to the next level. And I use the analogy of school, right? If you're a good teacher, you know when to hold somebody back, right? You like, little Johnny can't go to 4th grade. He didn't get everything he needed in 3rd grade. If you can have your clients maximize everything and give them what you intended on giving them on that level, so many times people will say, well, if you come in at the introductory level, now I'm going to sell you right here. your people of or your entourage of clients would be much more loyal if they see a gradual process. And literally that's what I do, from Up Social to, you know, Vids Inc. I'll start off people with, all you need is a website video. Let's get that first. So when people get there, we can have all the keywords that's in it. It'll help you with YouTube. Then when you make a little money from there, now let's do specific videos for each product that you have, that'll help you get found on Google. Then after you make some money from there, let's professionally do some testimonial videos. And that's why my customers always are repeat and come back.
That's really, really good. And I know a lot of us, you know, that are entrepreneurs, is that we want to repeat customers. And you're absolutely right. It's especially since now, you know, that the floor has been leveled, the playing field has been leveled, and everybody now, because the clients that were on consistent with us, you know, a lot of them don't have money, they have shut down businesses. And so it's a whole new world in how we do business right now. So I want to talk, Adrienne, what I'm going to ask you, I want you to lead in with having a strategy when everything has been the way that it is. I believe, and I know a lot of people, I write stuff down. I have to write things down. I have to set goals every day. The night I'm up until maybe 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And before I go to bed, I have on my laptop, on my desk, exactly what I'm going to be doing the very next day for my businesses. And because as an entrepreneur who has multiple businesses, everything is on rotation. And believe it or not, every business that I have is worked on every single day. So I have to do a little bit of something on each business. And you have to talk about not having a strategy for your business every day so that it don't die, so you're not tripping over yourself. So even with setting up video for this video, Get the Money Honey, for today, you know, everything was set up last night, notes and everything out. I knew that I had clients I had to see early this morning, and for the last couple of days, I thank God, we have been in a whirlwind on both 2 of the businesses, and people, since I made the announcement about the skincare coming up, people are reaching out about that. So I got to get staff now. You know, before we had no staff. Now I need to get staff because I need people to handle certain things, because it's such an influx. And I'm going, woo, this is not a one-man show. You know what I'm saying? Because it just went, all of a sudden just went like, woo. So you have to have a strategy. So explain, some people don't know what a strategy is. What is a strategy? What is that?
So first of all,
Nolen
plays too much.
You ain't say that. I was gonna say, Nolen, I'm gonna beat you up. I promise.
Nolen plays too much. We're getting the money, honey, but Nolen plays too much. Okay.
I do.
But you know what, guys? If you're looking for the video guy, he's gonna make you feel like a celebrity. And when you walk in feeling nervous, he's gonna make sure that you get there. So just ignore him, but call him. Okay. So here's the thing about strategy. And I'm glad you brought that up. Christina, because there are a lot of clients who, or I should say entrepreneurs who are, they're just, oh girl, I'm busy. I'm just so busy. Ain't making no money and ain't getting no new clients, okay? They're busy, but not on the things they need to be busy on. So for example, I teach my clients the Pomodoro method, and the Pomodoro method is a form of time blocking. So I have a couple of different businesses that I'm working, and so I time block my businesses. So I spend 45 minutes uninterrupted. No one can call me, text me, email me for those 45 minutes. So in one of my businesses, I'm a publisher. So I'm always reading. I'm always looking over content. So that 45 minutes, come on, plug. Buy a boot camp coming out in the next couple weeks. But And so I spend those 45 minutes. The other 15 minutes of that hour, I set my timer, I take a break. If it's in that 15 minutes, if I can get it done in that 15 minutes, I do it then. It's not about being busy, it's about being productive, right? So your strategy should be, where am I the most productive? Do all your hard stuff first. If you know you don't like calling this particular client, but you know you got to call in the morning, sugar. That way, get it out of the way. So if, or wait till the end of the day. So just in case the conversation goes left, that's okay. You can go log off and have a drink. Okay. So, but at the end of the day, whatever you do, you have to be organized as an entrepreneur. So that time blocking, that strategy of, who do I need to work on? So I have my clients that I schedule everything, emails. Sometimes when you're getting a text message from me, they think I literally just sat there and sent it. No, I schedule my text messages because you can forget. So then here you are with this long list of stuff. Oh, I got to text Keisha. I got to text it. I'm sorry if your name is Keisha, by the way. I got to text this person. I got to text this person. And then you just have all of this stuff on your list. You're like, oh my God, I'm so busy. But if you think about it, and you can do it at that moment, schedule your text message. We have these $8,000 phones that we don't maximize. Use your calendar. Use your text messaging feature where you can schedule text messages in Gmail. You can schedule emails. There's nothing worse for some clients. Now, some of my clients, I can email at 3 a.m. because they're up. Okay. Now, some clients, they got a whole attitude because they got emailed at 3 o'clock in the morning. So you
big shout out to Cheryl Reese.
you know what? So you schedule your emails, right? So strategy is all about being organized. So that's why if you have a client that you haven't talked to in 3 weeks because you didn't put her in the rotation, that's on you. Well, she didn't reach out to let me know there was nothing wrong. It's not her job to reach out to you. It's your job to reach out to her unless you gave her an assignment. And even if you did give him or her an assignment, your job is to still follow up. So part of that strategy goes back to what we were saying earlier, that not only you want to get the testimonial and you want that to go in there that says they followed up with me, they kept me on the schedule. They want to feel important. They want to they want to know. So the strategy, first of all, starts with the client, not you. Now, for me, because I'm a wife, shout out to Donald Bell, and a mom, I have to schedule my clients around my family. I don't schedule my family around my clients. Okay. So if you know that you're a mom and a mogul and all this stuff, or a dad, and you're doing all these things, you got to schedule everything, everything. And that's the strategy starts with the schedule. And then the next part of the strategy starts, or the second part of the strategy is, we have all of these goals. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And there are no dates next to it. If you have a goal, put it on the calendar. I want this. I want my new website done by Nolen Davis's company within the next 4 weeks. I want Christina to look over my taxes from last year. I want to do it by this date. Schedule everything. That is 99% of having a really dope strategy as an entrepreneur. And you got to schedule when you're going to reach out to clients, new prospective clients, who's going to be your target audience. When do you have time to schedule to reach out to these people? You have to put it on the calendar. So it's not rocket science. It's scheduling, it's being organized, and it's keeping your word. That's the strategy.
That's really, really good. And that goes back to what I said. Now, I like to, what I found, being a consultant, because I am not a business coach, I am a consultant. What I found is that when people come to me, that their back office is not up to par, and I'm trying to be politically correct. You don't have things in order, which is why you cannot get business credit, because there are certain things that are not in order. You don't have the proper business formation. You don't have the proper address. You don't have a proper telephone number. You don't have it's so many things that's out of order. And so and there's people who businesses are out of order and they're making money.
Right.
But as we have found out, because of this whole transition that everyone is going through around the world, no one has not been affected whatsoever, is that what was is not anymore. And now we need to actually, cross our T's and dot our I's. Your business need to be in order before you can even strategize anything. You want to make sure that you're legit in regard to your paperwork is doing. You have to have a business plan. What direction are you going to take your business into, instead of, flying by the seat of your pants, where you can look at your business plan, and then if it's not working the way that you can modify it. That's the purpose of having a business plan, so that you can go in and say, okay, within my first year, I know I'm a startup company, and this is certain things that I want to do within a startup company, and I want to have these types of clients, and these are the services that I'm going to provide. Within 3 years, I may want to expand my company, and I may want to put one of my company in another city. Instead of me being in or Houston or the Washington D.C. area, I may want to move to Virginia. I want to expand my business into Virginia, or expand it to River Oaks, or expand it to Detroit, Michigan. What is the plan, and how are you going to go about doing that? In regard to financing, how can I finance it? A lot of businesses, and I'm going to even say it for myself, with me being in business as long as I've never used business credit before. I've always had my own cash. Okay. So now, because everything is different, and I'm making some different kind of moves. Now you need business credit, because you need to, where everyone is more so holding on as much cash as possible. So, talk about that, Nolen, when, having your business structure being set up, because a video is part of it. Anybody can come and get a video. But if you're trying to get, let's say, for instance, not using your own money, that you're able to, you could literally use that as a business expense, getting your videos done instead of paying out of pocket, because you'd be like, well, I can't afford it. Well, if you develop business credit, you can afford it. And your business is supposed to pay for business things, and your personal is supposed to pay for personal things. And so tell people, talk to them and say, piggyback on what I'm saying in regard to having your business structure together, so that you can pay for the tools to expand your business, to have a strategist, to make sure that you grow. Because within 5 years, you should be making more than what you were making within your first year of business. You should have some sense of growth, specifically really after 3 years, because we do know statistically that businesses collapse within the first 5 years. And then it goes, then if you get past that 7-year mark, you got to run and get past that 10-year mark. And then sometimes in that 15-year mark, you can lose your business in the 20, it's like every 5 years, your business go through a cycle.
Right. So you said a lot right there. So what I want to do is I'm going to tell you my experience. I too have not used business credit. Being perfectly honest and transparent. What I believe business credit is absolutely a vehicle that could be used, but the vehicle that I like to use is an extra stream of income, right? And so that extra stream of income, I feel, can do a couple of different things. It really takes away some of the pressure of each and every transaction I have to make money. So as we talk about strategies and things like that, a lot of times we look at the strategy like AB gives. And for people that don't realize, if you think you're a big thinker and you think you're thinking of something impossible, I'm going to show you the traits of the greatest strategists ever. If you tell your person that's supposed to be a strategist what you want to do, and she breaks it down into chunks and paints the picture of making it to where you can realize it, right? And you can see it like, oh, I never thought about working it that way. That's a great strategist. And that's what AB does. So when I have these big, magnificent ideas, I call AB. But I call AB more like a sister. So I'm gonna play with her, but then she gonna put me together and say, this is what it is. And so that's exactly. So when you look at your strategy and you're looking at all of these things that you need to do and what you need to hit, you're looking at how much money does that take? Because usually the biggest ideas that you have has something to do with your purpose, something to do with your superpower, something to do on your why or what you're passionate about. And once you get focused into that, you don't want to come out of it, right? So if you find an extra stream of income that can fund everything that you need along the lines, credit is great, but to have that consistent money every week, that's what I do, right? So if I need to take 3 weeks off for a huge video project and I just need to immerse myself into it, I don't care about any other clients at that time. I can just work on what I need to work on. And if the smaller clients, I can have my team work on, right? So it just depends. Oh, and big shout out to my company, Vids Inc. We just actually won 2 film festival awards for my first documentary ever. So thank you. So I immersed myself into this project because I saw, what they wanted to have happen. So I really had to be all hands on deck. The only way I could do that is having extra streams of income. And the last thing I want to say about extra streams of income is get you an extra stream of income that has a couple of different things. One, that has a supportive team that you can leverage the team to maximize your time. And 2, make it a product or service that you can integrate into what you're already doing so it doesn't take away from your brand. It literally helps you build the brand and create even a better relationship with your audience, your customers, your volunteers, whatever you want to call them at that time. So that's what I would suggest.
What about you, Adrienne? What do you suggest?
Well, Nolen took so long with the question. So,
I
mean, he answered like 17 questions. So
she asked me like 17 questions.
So this is what I will say. I agree with you on the, I haven't had to use business credit either, only because, and I used to be a credit analyst in corporate America. So I was the one that called the business and said, hey, Mary, you're $100,000 behind. So need to go ahead and get that taken care of. What do we need to do? So just like the bill collectors call your house, I was the bill collector that called businesses and collected $100,000, $1 million at a time, whatever the case may be, right? So I know I've seen both sides as it relates to business credit, which is why I never used it, right? So I've been thankful to be able to fund my business with extra stream of income. But here's the other thing that I also agree that I want to add to the business credit and the extra stream of income. There's a thing that I do in my business with my founders, with my startups. I do what's called a capital campaign. And what that capital campaigns are not just for Silicon Valley. Capital campaigns are not just for big tech companies. You can do a capital campaign for your nonprofit. You can do a capital campaign for your CD release, for your new business, your food truck. You have people in your circle who will invest. Okay, so I know we're not having a discussion about equity versus perpetuity versus all these different things, but this is what I will say is that everybody is not interested in owning a piece of your business, but they are interested in helping you fund your business. Okay, so just like if you go to a birthday party and they send you the email and say, okay, little Johnny wants this and the ball and the this and that, then you go and you click things off that list. You can do the same thing for your business. So if you say things like, oh, well, I don't have, anybody that can help me. There are people in your corner. They may not be your family or your friends, but they will be in your sphere of influence that'll say, I'll help you. How much do you need? I need $500 for this equipment. I need to upgrade my computer. The capital campaigns are not just for big tech. It's for your business too. You may only need $1,200. So if it's just a matter of, hey, I need to sit I need to make a list of people in my phone. When you go to these networking events and you grab these business cards, even virtual events, connect with people and say, hey, this is what I'm working on. Give them an incentive from a sponsorship perspective, especially if you have access to something that's going to add value to their business. So there's business credit, there is the extra stream of income, and then there's capital campaigns. You can raise the money and people not own your business. So that's something we can talk about offline, because everybody needs a different has a different set of needs as it relates to their business. So when it comes to raising money, remember, it's not just business credit, it's not just multiple streams of income, but you actually can raise capital. You ask people, there are people that will give you money, give you $500 for that program. They will give it to you and don't need it back. They just may want a shout out or a testimonial about you helping them, right? I know for me, I have in my business plan for my personal life, I'm going to be, well, I already am, an investor in businesses. So I give people money, even if I consider myself a micro investor, because it has to start small. It's not always, oh, I need $1 million, I need 3 million. How about you need 300? How about you get your LLC first? Let's start there, sugar.
Right.
Okay? Start
Right.
somewhere, right? And
Right.
then you can get the rest of that money. And then once everything is in order, then you can tap into business credit for the big stuff. Tap into, and then keep that multiple streams of income for, as you monetize your gifts and your talents and all these different things. Use that not as an emergency. I appreciate multi-level marketing, all of that. I've been in several. I'm in a multi-level marketing right now, and I ain't sold nothing. I just buy the stuff. Okay, but my point is, but I'm supporting another entrepreneur. Does that make sense? So just think about capital campaigns as well as a way to raise money. And if you're looking for more information about that, just hit me up and I will explain. And you will have to pay me if you hire me to be your capital campaign project manager. Back to you, Christina.
Love it. I love it. Yes. So with all of us being as entrepreneurs, the capital campaigning, making sure that you have multiple streams of income. And we talked about, funding our businesses. And even when, and I'm going to go piggyback on that, even if you're looking for capital, you still have to have certain things in place, because even if someone, let's say for instance, because I give as well, I want to know, what am I giving to? What is your vision? How plain have you written your vision so that I can invest in it, so that you can run with, or someone else can run with your vision? And all of that has to be in order. And one of the things I want to say, one of my clients, she's an entrepreneur, she's probably watching right now. And she was talking about how, there's a group of people, where she was going out and asking people for help, and people were not giving her all the information that she needed. Well, this is why we have the Kingmaker Millionaire Resource Group, because we have that group where the collective of us who are millionaires, we come in and we help you, but with some certain services, like what Adrienne is saying, a certain service that Nolen is saying, and there's certain services that I have, you are going to have to pay us. And no, we don't slide on the scale, because we have children and we have other responsibilities, and some of us are older than others, and we're planning for our retirement. And why are you looking around? You're like, you crazy.
Talking about me?
I'm the oldest one in the group. So.
Are you?
I'm old.
Really?
Don't be trying to act like I'm old, sir. Don't be trying to act like that.
Yeah, I'm the eldest in the group. So
I thought I was the oldest in the group, actually.
No, I'm the eldest in the group.
Okay. All right. Yes, ma'am. Continue. I'm sorry. Continue, ma'am.
So with that, you want to participate and get with a network of people, like Nolen was saying, and what Adrienne is saying, to help you get to where you need to go. To help you, to help you get part of the capital gainings and people collaborating and saying, you know, making sure that but you need to have your stuff in order. And that's where I come in. I'm the person of order. When you sit down with me and have a consult, I try to make it 20 minutes, but I have newbies, my new clients that's just getting into business in their first year or wanting to be life coaches. I spend a lot of time with them in their consulting because I'm like, okay, but you need to get this thing done first. First things first. First things first before you want to do a video and all that stuff, so you can feel confident that when you present something to anyone, investor, if you want to get business credit, if you want to have a collective with someone that's helping you fund without you want to feel confident when you go before them that you have your stuff together and that what you're presenting to them, you know that you got some good stuff. You got a great product. You don't want to be out here just willy-nilly.
Yep.
So let's talk about partnerships. You know, having right partnerships and people that we always try to think that the people who are the closest to us is the one that would be the one that's the most supportive. And sometimes that is not it. So Nolen, let's talk about partnerships with other people to help grow your business as an entrepreneur or even as a creative and even in the nonprofit sector. And then Adrienne, you know, then you can expound on that as well.
Well, just really quick, I don't think, partnerships, it totally depends. I think a lot of times for you to keep everything under your own umbrella, a collaboration is sometimes great from certain projects. So you can have network partners or referral partners that you network with. So if I actually sell the property, Christina may be the mortgage person. So everybody I bring, we collaborate on each and every house. It's not really a partnership, but we can collaborate and everybody can still be in their own zone. But when it comes to an extra stream of income, it's really all about your team. It's all about everybody collectively working together for a common goal for each person on the team to make money. And then looking at what each person's superpower is, and then areas of opportunity, and then clumping those people together. So that way, our team is almost like a business, and we're all getting individual checks. So I wouldn't really talk too much about partnerships, but more from a collaborative standpoint and a team standpoint. That's kind of what my area of expertise is.
What about you, Adrienne?
So my specialty actually is partnerships and partnerships, and the difference between partnerships and collaborations, in my opinion, is that partnerships sometimes doesn't mean you're going to have monetary gain, but you will add value. And at the end of the day, as an entrepreneur, you will learn the importance of adding value. If you can get the dollar amount out of your head and focus on the value, you will make more money than you ever have in your entire life. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it's about the partnership of, okay, hey, let's not exchange money, but let's find out, because there's the bartering, right? That's something that people just don't like doing anymore, but you still need a contract for a barter agreement. Okay, because there's the value of a service that you bring that still needs to be valued for your business. As far as revenue, that's still revenue in your business. So if you barter on a partnership level and say, hey, I'm going to do your event if you do this deal for me. Okay, how much are these deals valued at? They're valued at $2,500. Okay, great. We're even, or I owe you $100, or you owe me $100. That's a partnership. Partnerships should be win-win. They should be something that everybody walks to the table with something, or walks away from the table with something. So the importance of partnership is not always dollars gained, but value added. And I think people really, especially entrepreneurs, new startups, Get connected with people. Don't feel the competition. Like, oh, I saw Mary the other day. She was posting my stuff. Ma'am, first of all, Mary just didn't have a website. She's been doing it for years, but you just didn't know it because now she's on social media. Don't get mad at Mary. Call Mary and say, Mary, congratulations. I'm also in this space. Let's collaborate. Let's partner. Let's work together. And if you learn to partner instead of competing, you will make more money, because I don't care who you are. I don't care if we're in the same business doing the same thing. We both bring a different level of value to the organization or to the project. Okay. So look at partnership as how much value is being added. The money will come, but it's all about the value when you're talking about partnerships.
And I really agree. I have, with my financial business, I'm in partnership with a couple of other people. And we just collaborated together because I was like, okay, you're better at doing this than me, like total genius, where it just flows out of you. I'm really good at doing this. Why don't we do this? And then when we do a collaboration together, we bring our businesses together, we do it, and we both been winning. So, or all three of us been winning. Everyone's been winning. You know what I'm saying? And it makes it easier too, where you don't have to feel like, you know, even though I'm a kingmaker, but I don't have to be the king over everything. I'm the kingmaker of everything, but I don't have to be the kingmaker over everything. And so where that comes with delegation, when you're partnering up with people, you find out what is their best assets. You know, what is like, Nolen, you're excellent at sales. Adrienne, you're excellent at sales. Me, I'm mediocre at sales. So I have a wing person, like we talked before, because I'm introvert. So because I'm an introvert, I'm good behind the camera, but when I get by myself, if you put me in a room and I have to network alone and I'm in there alone, and I know a lot of people be like, no, especially people who know me from being in the big crowd and behind the stage, whatever, but that was my environment. That was something I'm accustomed to. But if you put me in a new environment and I don't have anything to do and I just have to stand there like a flower on the wall, on wallpaper, I would not move. Like literally, I am not good at being the introducer when I'm not behind the camera or behind something. So you have to find out when you're doing a collaboration, be quiet, Nolen, who is, see, I can't even get you see what I'm saying, Adrienne? When you're collaborating with someone, that you're able to find out what it is that they're the best at, and you can you magnify that with whatever that you're the best at as well.
Absolutely. I can see, as you being an introvert, you may come up short when it comes to sales, but that's why you have AB and I to kind of help you with that whole situation. So I can see that. But
I don't come up short with sales.
Huh? Oh, okay. With that, you don't like sales.
You tried it.
So I think it's more than fair to let the audience know the inside joke. Okay, we gotta let the Get the Money Honey family know what is happening right now.
Right.
So Nolen is always, so Christina is literally like 3 feet tall. Like
I am not.
See?
So, but Nolen always makes it his business to point it out. So so next time we're on Get the Money Honey and you hear Nolen say short, I will personally have him cash up you $20. Just being mean to our host, our Kingmaker. He is absolutely bogus. So if you hear anything he says going forward, having to do with being short, coming up short, or small, anything related, I personally I need you to drop your Cash App and say, Nolen said blah, 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 and he will send you $20.
I would agree with that. And I'm telling you, if I send you $20, it's 100% worth it. So I'm just going to have to time it exactly when I need to. Like, you never got a woman for...
Let me tell you, I am actually 5'2". and one.
Please.
No,
Even
ma'am.
AB,
Not in
please.
today's world, you're not.
I was
Not in this
5'3".
pandemic, you're not. Okay.
Maybe with wedges on, you 5'2". You ain't 5'2",
No, ma'am.
flat-footed.
I
No, ma'am.
am. I'm 5'2", 5'2", and 180.
AB don't even believe that. See what I'm
Yes,
talking about?
my doctor measured me.
Okay,
She
all right.
didn't. She didn't lie. I am not 3 feet tall. Believe me.
Did you have your bun on? Because you used to wear a bun. Is that what it is? But these people want some information. Let's give them some. And back to business. You see
Back
what I'm
to business.
saying? Back to business.
See,
So-
okay. So this is what happens when you are working with people that you get along with and your friends and your family. This is what we do.
Absolutely.
So one of the things, okay, so getting back to business. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is hilarious. So anyway, I think that we have really touched on some really big things. And one of the things I really want to say to entrepreneurs, especially within, you're just getting in here, let me take care of you. Let me help you out. You know what I'm saying? I have a network of people that are willing to make sure that we make sure that your business is successful. When you get in around, it's good. It's a good vibration when you get around people who are really working to do the good for other people. It's not, like we said, it's not just about the money. It's the synergy, it's the energy, it's the collaboration, it's the one-minded, because we want you to be successful. All of us, you know, because all of us, each and every one of us have tripped over ourselves in our business. We tripped over ourselves on how we thought about ourselves, you know, because I also think that it doesn't matter if you have a good business plan. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much business credit you have. If your mind is not right, if your perception of who you are is not correct, if your perception about your business is not correct, you are going to struggle. And I'm not going to say you're going to struggle in failing and you're going to struggle in success. And you don't want to be able, you want to be able to be with people when you're feeling like you're not going to be able to get there, that you have someone that's saying, you know, you're doing good, everything is okay. You need to change your language on how you talk about your business. You know, one of the things I always say is, I had to stop saying I don't have, because what happens is you won't have, or, you know, no one is, and what happens is no one will. And so you have to watch your language, even when you are taking baby steps, even when you feel like you're not even ready. One of my, he's a friend, but he's also a client. And I did his LLC, and he was getting into another portion of his business. And he goes, I don't think I'm ready. And I was like, you're ready. You are ready, and you're going to do it, and call those people and get those people on the phone and make it happen. And now he has taken off so quickly. Like, all it took was one phone call, one step, and you need someone that's going to be able to get you there. Look at your stuff and goes, okay, why are you doing this? First, you need to have a why that you're doing what you're doing. Why are you in business? Why do you want to have a nonprofit? Why would you even consider writing a book? Are you writing a book because everybody else is writing a book? What is the purpose for you doing any of the things that you're doing? You got to have the right moment, right motive behind what it is you're doing to be successful, right?
Right. Absolutely.
You guys are talking to your clients. See our clients, we don't lead them. I turn my phone off. But my email is going crazy. So yeah. So, you know, do we have anything else to say? Because I know we've been here. We was going to have an extended amount of time to talk to the audience, to our Kingmaker family. And we wanted them to know, and I don't know if they have any questions or anything, and they need, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was looking to see if there were any questions. Nothing came through on because I'm doing a watch party, and I don't see any questions.
I'm looking too.
But what, go ahead, Nolen, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say, if anybody has any questions, we can literally answer those 2 weeks from now. This is something that we're
Yeah,
looking at doing every couple of weeks. So then, they can still tune in from that standpoint, and we can have this continuance of conversations that literally can help plant seeds in people's businesses, and hopefully something grows and flourishes. Last thing that I want to say, because I have a 6 o'clock call. I thought this was going to be just pretty much an hour. Last thing I do want to say is that I made the statement earlier about all of us trying to make sure that our people are truly successful. And that goes with having the right mindset, like you were talking about, but having the right heart set as well, right? The only reason that your person, your friend or your client was successful and he took your word at it is because he was truly ready. He didn't see that he was truly ready. You didn't push him out there just because he was spending extra money with you. You waited until he was ready. He went out there and then he received results. So, those are the types of people that you want to look for. Those are the types of testimonials that you want to get. And those are the types of elements that can help develop your brand.
right. Any final words, Adrienne, before I close?
So final words for me is to make sure that you are being productive in your business and not busy. It's if you look up at the end of your month and you have made $0, you need a new strategy. So I'm asking you, take the time, start your days I set up my weeks on Sundays. What does my week look like? And then I look at my schedule every night before I go to bed. What are the top 3 things? Not the top 300 things, not the top 30 things, 3 things. And 2 of those things should be making you money. If you're doing 2 out of the 3 top things that you have to do should be making you money. You should be making at least $300 a day. If you want to be in a 6-figure earning business, you need to make a minimum of $300 a day. Okay. So I challenge you, let that be your focus. That if you're not making at least $300 a day, you need a new strategy. And 9 times out of 10, it starts with reorganizing your calendar.
Right. It's not so much about reorganizing your business. I mean, certain things you could leverage in your business because I found multiple businesses or multiple things within the business. So if you've been on this live, what I want to do, I want to give you one thing. I want you to be able to join the Kingmaker resource group. Normally it's a fee. You have to get a package to get into the group. There's a Facebook link for it. We'll put it in on the link underneath the video on joining the resource group. It is free. Inside the resource group, you're going to get business tips. Inside the resource group, I'm going to also give you my ebook that we gave away last year about business credit. You're going to be able to talk and ask me any type of question for business, but I will not be doing any type of official consulting. There are certain things I will put in, certain strategies, just, certain things that you can do to help you with your business, and we can continue to have a conversation so that you can feel safe. I want to create a safe, non-judgmental environment. If you're starting off in a business, you're in your first 3 years, a safe, non-judgmental environment where you can express things about your business, and we can give you certain strategies and some advice so that you can succeed. So that's actually 2 things. So you get into the Kingmakers resource group, Millionaire resource group for free, and then you also get my ebook for free. And so inbox me your email address. Don't put it out on the feed because we did that last time. I would just prefer it in the inbox. It's just much easier, and also protect your privacy as well.
Hey, I'm going to go ahead and run. I want to thank you ladies for having me on. I got big love for y'all. For the people that are watching right now, and you heard what I said about having an extra stream of income, there's a multitude of things that you need to look at in choosing the right stream. It's not a jerk reaction. There is a process to that. If you're interested at all about what that process is and you want to talk to me about it, you can literally message me. That's Nolen Davis. That's Nolen. Send me a message and I'll get back to you guys. Hey, I look forward to you guys in 2 weeks. Talk to you all later. Love y'all. Have a good
Thank you,
night.
Bye, Nolen.
Bye. So we're done, Adrienne. Are we anything else or are we good?
No, thank you. Get the money, honey family. You guys are amazing, Kingmaker family. We appreciate you. Thank you, Christina, for this platform. We're so excited about where we're going with this, giving actual strategies on how to be a successful business owner. There's not enough people giving enough tips in practical layman's terms, and I'm so grateful that you've made this platform.
Thank you. And thank you for attending. I will talk with you soon. And thank you, everyone. See you in 2 weeks.